This is not an actor series, even though I would make one I would. But this is me just talking about Mike Faist because I can. And also, person I blame for this is TikTok. TikTok has been flooding my For You page with Mike. They're onto something. Do you know what I mean? They're onto something. They know, and they know. What's wrong with that? Nothing. I was so bummed that I never got to meet him when I went to go see him in Brokeback Mountain. And I obviously went to that play literally for Mike and nothing else. But no, actually, that's not very nice. I did go to see it actually because yeah, I did go to see it because it's Brokeback Mountain. How could you not? Like, I mean, I haven't watched the original Brokeback Mountain, which is why you'd be like, oh, yeah, I want to go see it in the play, but no, you're right. It was Mike Faist. You're right. That's why I went. Put me on a stake already. You know what I mean? What's Mike might shoot me. Yes, I went there for the intention to see Mike. So what? Is that a crime? I don't think so. I think that, yeah, and for one, I don't even know. I keep thinking I need to watch Brokeback Mountain now, because obviously that's Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal, right? Okay. And I haven't watched the original, but I keep thinking, if I watch it, will I be disappointed? I would hate to be. I know I won't be, because they're great actors. But then I'll just think about Mike's, and I'll be like, no. I always hate that though. You know, when you already have a preconception about something, or yeah, something like that. You already have one of those because you've already seen something else. So I don't like that. That's one thing I despise. I hate it. That's why I don't like reading. Yeah, that's why I don't like reading books or having the knowledge that I've read a book before a movie's adapted. It very irritates me. Because I'm like, I don't like it. But anyway, let's dive into Mike, right? We have to do all the boring stuff, guys. We have to do all the boring stuff, right? So, born Michael David Faist, January 5th, 1992. Who's an American actor who has won a Grammy and an Emmy. Oh, that's lovely. But yeah, obviously it says he's been years active since 2011 to present day. How lovely. Because, right, he first began his acting career in Disney's Newsies, which was appearing in its Broadway show. I wonder, like, first of all, before I carry on with the boring stuff, what is Mike's appeal? What makes him? Excuse me. What makes him so alluring? Doesn't he, when you look at him, face value, he looks quite awkward. Do you know what I mean? And oh my gosh, guys, bring back long-haired Mike. Bring him back. I'm not joking. Bring him back now. And oh my gosh, you know when he was in Challengers, it's like, we didn't know we needed to see him blonde. I didn't know I needed that, but I did need it. I needed it very much so. But I just didn't know how much I needed it then. 1 second. So I'm titling this Mike Faist Down Bad Edition, right? will I be talking about actors that I'm down bad for? Maybe. Maybe, but maybe not. That's not good. Because it's just not good. Especially how, yeah, I've been getting followed with them on TikTok, which is them told me to do it. 1 second. We need to do that thing that I do though, which I've now made a thing in my episodes, right? I did that. I've made this my thing since what? I've only recently though. So it's like I like to do fun fact. So fun fact, what was it? Mike Faist has appeared in several independent film, television series, and starring in off-Broadway productions. All his breakthrough, originating the role of Connor Murphy in the Broadway musical Dear Evan Hansen. I think people know him for that one, though. It's not really a fun fact, is it? For which he was nominated for the Tony Award for Best Featured Actor in a Musical, and won the Grammy Award for Best Musical Feature Album, and the Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Musical Performance in a Daytime Program. I feel like, I don't know if that's a good fun fact. I feel like I wanted another one, but that's the one you guys can have, right? It's the one you can have. But what about this? Okay, my house is a Capricorn. What do they say about Capricorns? Right? This is for my astrology girlies. What do they say? Ambitious, self-disciplined, grounded, and practical, loyal friends, accountable and systematic, patient and cautious. Word. Anyways, no, as I was saying. But don't think that this episode is going to have any kind of structure, because it's not. It's going to be all over the place. And you know why? Obviously because, yes, there's feelings involved. We're talking about Mike, who we love very much. So what do you want me to do? Right? If you guys, oh my God, I don't even want to say that. If anyone who has met Mike, that's just unfair. It's just like, no, that was supposed to be me. I hear every time I see someone meet someone that I want to meet. Like, when people were meeting Michael Gray Grabber, I said, that should be me. Why is it you? Why is it, because you're in LA and you live there. I don't live in LA. I mean, you can walk down the road and you can just see him. Good for you. I can't do that. Which is just crazy. Yes. Oh my gosh. Right. Fine. They're telling me. So this is. I want to say. Obviously, it was in Wikipedia. But so my introduction to Michael David Faist. I love his full name. It's lovely. But anyway, I first met him introduced to him was in 2021. Imagine if you've been working with him since 2011. That must be a really lovely thing. It must be really lovely, really nice. But 2021 for me, because that's when I first saw him in Panic. And that's where I that about him. I didn't know about him before. And I did what all people do, which is when you find a new actor and you just become, I don't want to use the word obsessed because let's slow down. Nobody is obsessed here. No one is. I don't think you have an obsession with any kind of celebrity. It's just a fond education. Do anything for the... But anyway, sorry. So yeah, he was very good in Panic though. I really love that series because I swear that series it was like, it was like a game, kind of one. It had kind of like similarities to Hunger Games. Yeah, it had similarities to Hunger Games, but I just mean because, yeah, they were doing dangerous stuff. That's what I mean. And I guess Hunger Games has that too, of going into a competition where you're, what's it called? Where you're fighting for your life, basically. And then obviously Panic came out 2021, and it was 23 graduates participate in the annual risky competition in which graduating seniors complete dangerous tasks. Like, remember, even his character, which he was playing, which was Dodge, I swear, like, he had to jump off, like, yeah, some, like, really high thing. Yeah, that show, very scary. It was a great show, though. But I just mean, the way they were doing crazy stuff was like, whoa. What I mean, so that's the thing. When you think about it, Mike has a lot of eras. I guess it's like interesting to find out what era you came into him. And obviously I did, yeah, in Panic. But imagine, I would have loved if I came through on the Mike train, on like, I don't know, his theatre era. That would have been great. I mean, it's good to say he's still in his what's it called? Theatre era. Because obviously, yes, he was in 2021 also, yeah, he was in the West Side Story live action. But did that happen? Was that like, I don't know. Okay, no. That was, yeah, exactly. Okay, fine, I was right. It was 2021 as well. Because I thought it was on Wikipedia. I was just checking. You know, Wikipedia is not always factual. You have to question it. So yeah. And he was Riff. One of the best possible roles ever. See, they have all this stuff here, innit? Because obviously, Newsies, Devin Hansen, West Side Story, Jack Twist, like I said, and Challengers. And I think that's it. Oh, but then also, there was the one I mentioned on my TikTok account, on my podcast TikTok account. I said, the one where he's the guy from Bikeriders, and he's just supposed to be the reporter. Hold on a second. I'm having peanuts, so I'm probably gonna take a pause and come back. I would go on to say that Bikeriders in general had a lot of worthy down bad potentials. Because obviously it had Austin at the forefront, and it had Mike, and it also had Boyd, and it also had what's his name? Yeah, Carl Guzman, and also Toby Wallace. A lot of young faces, but then even not so young. When you say Boyd, you get it, or any of the others, or even Tom Hardy. Even though, would we say Tom Hardy looked that great in this film? Not really. I think with Tom, isn't it? He had his era, and I meant he had his era of being great roles. Like, I don't know how he looked in Legend, right? That was a great one. Yeah, and there's ones before that. Can't put my finger on them right now, but yeah. So yeah, they had Mike as a reporter in this film. And like I said, I would recommend this film, obviously, just in general. Like, of course, seeing Mike, number one. And yeah. Sorry. Oh my God. He looked so great in this film. They gave him a fake tat with, like, facial hair and... Sorry. Wait. Sorry, take pause, take moments. Okay, sorry, take deep breaths. So yeah, they had him with the mic, with the camera around his neck. He had a little goatee, he had a little mustache. Yeah, he looked great. That's all. I don't wanna say too much. Oh gosh. Ooh, golly. Oh, oh, golly. Moving on. Sorry, but really, I'm researching photos. Okay, so I'm researching photos for the write up. So yes, but I was looking at him in Bikeriders. But I'm saying to you guys, you should watch Bikeriders. Okay, not just for Mike, anyways, but like, Mike is very good in that role, and then as I said, he looks great in that role. For a second reason, and then what else? Yes, it's a bunch of people on bikes. And then also Bikeriders is a true story as well, which I didn't know, but it is, because I think, what was it? They have that book. I've been meaning to read that. So they have that book that they did about Bikeriders. I hope that we see Mike. Yeah, I hope we're in for some great Mike roles this year. You know what I'm saying? I need that. Do you get it? Obviously the most recent was, oh, what's this? He was also in this film called Pinball. I need to watch more of Mike's films. That's what it's letting me know. Like, there's more films than what I thought there was. Do you know what I mean? I've obviously thought of the big what? Yeah, the big 3/4. Because no, well, Panic, and then also Jack in Brokeback Mountain. But I don't know if we really talk about his Brokeback Mountain one, because either you would have seen the play or you wouldn't have. Do you know what I mean? And it would have been a one time only. It would have been a one time only. You either saw him when he was doing it, or you didn't, or you might have seen clips. I don't know, because people would like to do that stuff, but I don't really know if you're really allowed to record in plays. I feel like you can't. And that moment also, when I saw Mike in that play, was crazy. I had a very good seat. I got my seat. I was on the first balcony. But then I feel like when I got there on the day, they had moved me, so I feel like I was in an even better seat. I can't even remember where they moved me to, but I was just in a better seat than I thought I was going to be. And then it was like, when I was leaning over at times, yeah, I was just looking over, and I could just see Mike's head, and I was like, wow, he's real. Seeing him that's what I mean. I think seeing somebody in real life is always different to seeing them on a screen. Like, when I saw him in real life, I was like, wow, he's actually real. Like, he's actually a real life person, and I didn't know that he was gonna look like that. Even though, of course, he's real, but it's crazy. I was obviously fangirling, as you do. I was fangirling because I was just like, wow, he's a real guy. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of his other stuff here. So maybe I'm gonna put that in the description also. So the other films, ones that we may not have heard of, might not be as known, because there's quite a few, and I didn't know of them. So, you know what I mean? So why would you, but not even, not even like that, because you might, you know what I mean? You actually might. You might be more knowledgeable in his things. And yes, you might be a better Mike Faist fan than I am, right? Because it's true. And I'm like, obviously I came to the party late, but you might have been here already early. You might have been here on time. So good for you. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, yeah, let's hear about his early life and education. Oh my gosh, see? I would have loved to have been able to be in his theatre, era. Would have been a great time. Because he was one of the Lollipop Guild and Wizard of Oz. And he also did Oliver, and he did Alice in Wonderland. What do you mean? I didn't get to see any of those stuff? That's not fair. Anyway, never mind. He obviously has inspirations by of Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire, and Singing in the Rain as well. He performed and moved. He was able to tell a story through movement, and at the age of 5, he pressured his parents to enroll him in dance classes and began auditioning for community theatre and children's theatre. And obviously, I mentioned that he was, as a child, he was in The Wizard of Oz, and Oliver and Alice in Wonderland. Said, "Wow, you've had a really, really great start in life." Anyways, Feist fell in love with acting while attending the Academy of Performing Arts Company in Columbus, Ohio, and while at Goodnight Lincoln High School, he acted in several productions, such as Danny Zuko in Greece. Wow, Danny Zuko, we definitely need that. The eldest of his at the age of 17, Feist met his birth mother and her family, who are mostly pilots by profession, and the eldest of his 2 half-brothers taught him how to fly. Faust since then obtained his pilot's license. Oh, that's so sweet. So because his family were pilots, he also wanted, but that's his biological, his birth mother, he wanted to also get his pilot license. That's sweet. And then in 2009, he graduated from high school a year early and moved to New York to pursue a stage career. He enrolled in the American Musical and Dramatic Academy, but dropped out after 2 semesters. Wow. On his first job as a professional actor in the White Christmas, he was collecting food stamps, earning $150 per week, and living in the back of a McDonald's parking lot. Do you know what? Sorry, you guys might think, oh, but that's definitely a fun fact. Just to say that. Why we wouldn't have known anything like that. He was living in the back of McDonald's parking lot. And I think always what you want to know actually about celebrities is humble beginnings. No one generally always wants to know that celebrities are slapdashed into film and they're given their roles so easily. Nepotism, as we know. We never want to hear that. Like, it's boring, it's old, it's stale. We want to hear that you really, really had to work super hard to get to where you wanted to be. And do you know what I mean? Mike has, right? So there you go. And I just mean that's what we want to hear. That's what I'm saying. It's just my personal opinion that is what you want to hear. I don't know if this pen works, but yeah, sorry. So yeah, I don't know. Yes, if we generally want to hear that people are just able to do this stuff easy, we just want to hear about them working hard, basically. And we want to hear about how they got there. And that kind of stuff. We just want to hear about the important stuff. But anyways, let's move on. So okay, sorry, that was his 2011 and 2014 early work. So that was obviously in the beginning, that was what's it called? That was his first proper first proper gig that obviously got him acclaim in acting. Obviously. Oh, and then so after Newsies in 2012, he made his feature film debut in the coming of age drama The Unspeakable Act. See, that's one of the films I'm obviously going to put in the description because I don't know if people have seen that or not. The Unspeakable Act. I've never seen it, but I will watch it. Do you know what I mean? I might even go and do that thing I do, which is like sometimes on Letterboxd I like to create actor lists. So I will probably create a Mike Faist list because I can. Like, we all have free will. So like, let me just do my stuff. So more Broadway productions. It's interesting. And so, okay, he was already he was in Newsies, and then he then had a more feature breakthrough as well, which was to 2015 and 2020, because obviously he did Dear Evan Hansen, and then he obviously earned his Tony, or a Tony nomination. Yeah, no, he had a Tony Award nomination, and then the Grammy Award. And what else was it? Oh, it's because his character was obviously very important and fundamental, because he was playing the role of a drug addict. Interesting. He was in so many different things. And then 2021, which is where I joined. Okay. And I became what did he say? I became a scout. I said, yes, I allege to love Mike forever. So it says that he was in Panic, describing him as tall and lanky, making quite a striking figure in the series with a slender charisma and a bone structure. Oh, wow, bone structure that seems to have been sculpted with a skill that the actor could easily have embarked on Panic. Yes, yeah. But his sensitivity is close to that of leading men as atypical as Adam Driver, and he modernizes a potentially versatile piece. Oh, sorry. Yeah, despite receiving positive reviews from the critics, the series was cancelled after one season. Yeah, I was so bummed. But they do this all the time. It's actually sick. But anyways, they do this all the time. It's very boring, but it's alright. That's what I mean. It's all right, because sometimes when I'm like, yeah, it was cancelled, but it's fine, because what did I get out of it? I got out of it that now I know Mike. That's what I got out of it. So thank you. Do you know what I mean? And then what was it? Yeah, so and then Fast received a nomination for his work by the Critics' Choice Association in the category Best Actor in an Action Series at the second Critics' Choice Super Awards. And then later that year, yes, he had his first major movie role in the adaptation of West Side Story as Riff. I don't know if people really like the West Side Story, like the adaptation. I don't really know if they really like it. Of course, I love the original, yes. But I liked the recent one too. Like, that had Rachel in it, and it also had what's that guy called again? He's from Fault in Our Stars, but I forget his name. They had him in it as well, and I feel like it came across nicely. I saw they also had Ariana DeBose. So yes, I liked that adaptation. I felt like it was nice. And it had very good. What was it? It had very good color tone. Which is always important in a film. What was it? So. Oh, sorry. This time the film was a critical success, and some critics deemed it superior to the 1961. His performance earned universal praise from critics. Right? No, he was amazing. So the critics said the revelation in this production, however, is Mike Faist, who is not only a gifted singer and dancer, but plays Jet's gang leader Riff with just the right mix of spiky resentment, hair trigger anger, and loose-limbed grace. Yes, he's great. He was great as. And then what does it say? They said Faust took inspiration from a 1959 Bruce Davison photography book entitled Brooklyn Gang. And then they said that obviously there's some depression about it, also carnal, wild, and primal. Yeah, he was great as Riff, and I feel like, no, it's crazy. Do I want to say he was better than the original Riff? Yes. I'll put that on paper. I'm telling you, I did like the original though. This is what I mean. I want you guys to know that I did like the original. Yeah, I liked the original at one point. Not like one point as to say I don't like it now, but I still like it. And then so he made his West End debut in the stage of taking the Brokeback Mountain as Jack Twist opposite Lucas Hedges in May 2023. Yeah, mate. May. You're right. Wait, May? No, yeah, you're right. Sorry. I was like, wait, when did I see it? But I was like, no, I went in July. And then afterwards, yes, then they talk about how he was the photographer Danny Lennon in Jack Nichol's The Bikeriders. And that Faist practiced photography and spent the weekend with Lennon, in addition to studying Lennon's personal recordings and album material. So, okay, he was committed. I love that. Oh, and they said, so that was a critic saying, charismatic screen presence, he was somewhat wasted here. Fair. I hear that. He probably was. But then again, somebody like Mike, he's just got face. He's got face card. We said him being on there for a few minutes. Yeah, we said it's a winner. We said, don't worry, it takes the cake. It's fine. And then obviously when I put the picture in, yeah, he looks great though. Do you understand? He looks good. He has what does he have? He's got as I said, he's got the fake tat, and then he's got obviously his facial hair, and that's why I was already saying that already. I was having a down bad moment, even even while it's called down bad, I was having a down bad moment recounting how he looked in that film. But anyway, and then first starred with Zendaya and Josh Connor in Luca Guadagnino's Challenges as Art, famed tennis player facing his rival. He gained 30 pounds. Actually, I did just see the picture of him where he had his top off, and it's probably pretty valid. Because he actually, I think he's quite skinny. So I think he looked quite, probably bulky in this film. But anyway, moving on. And practiced tennis. So yeah, he wasn't never good. I think when I was watching the interview, of Challenges, they did say a lot of them that they weren't good at tennis. So they had to work hard to look like that they were good. Oh my gosh. So this is maybe also a fun fact. His work as a writer. I didn't know he wanted to be a writer. And that it says here that Faist works short stories and has stated that it is important for an actor to write in order to understand scripts. Yeah. He helped to establish a playwrights festival, the Ohio Artists Gathering, which he described as a 1-week theatre festival, bringing artists from New York and LA and integrating them with local actors, writers and directors. The first festival was held in Columbus, Ohio in 2018. His Bikeriders director, Jeff Nichols, shared in an interview that Faist was writing a screenplay and he might want to become a filmmaker himself. We said, well then let's go then. That's a great place even actually for me to probably end off. Let's go then. He should be a filmmaker. How interested would that be? And I think it's interesting actually for all actors to kind of do that actually. You know what I mean? Lots of them do that. How Zoe Kravitz came out with she was directing her film Blink Twice. I think it's a very interesting thing to do. And if he wants to do it, he should. Like I was saying about Art, he just looked great as Art. He was blonde. He was down bad. Guys, this is what I mean. We're back to down bad again. But he was down bad in Challenges, though. He was down bad for Tashi. And he had sad eyes the entire time. Rightly so. But yeah, he had that just the whole time. So interesting. He's been in television. This says East of Eden. And that it's filming. So hold on. Is that something new for us? That's great. I need to do more research into that, guys. Actually, I will in a moment. Don't worry. I'm going to research it because I need to see. Because what do you mean? Yes. if that is coming soon, that would be great. As I already said when I was starting this episode, it would be great to if we can get him in some, if we can see him in some work. Do you know what I mean? We could see him booked and busy. I said, let's go, like, let's go. And I know it's only been it's only been 8 years since we haven't seen him on camera, but I don't care. I need him. I said I need him in something today, right? If you don't mind. I said, if you don't mind, I need him here now. Okay? So, there you go. I said, I need him in it immediately. So, okay. So I found it. But it doesn't say much, though. It doesn't say much. Okay, a little bit. It says East of Eden is a upcoming limited television series from Zoe Kazan, starring Florence Pugh. Lovely. Florence. That's gorgeous. Maybe I should check YouTube, guys, actually. That might be the better place for me to find something. Because, you know, like, because they always say, like, you don't really know, like, and it says it's in production. Great. It says that this in September 2024, Pugh was joined in cast by Christopher Abbott, Mike Faist, and Hoon Lee. And that filming locations are reported to be Auckland, Dundee, and Amaru in the South Island. And filming wrapped. What do you mean? It says filming wrapped in March 19th, 2025. Oh, okay. So that's not too long ago then, really. That's like, hold on. That's not too long ago. So I guess they are probably gonna take their time with it. You know what I mean? They're gonna take their time with it, probably. It was only a month ago, like I was thinking. They've only wrapped on this a month ago. So that means there will not be any news for a little while. Even though, like I said, I'm gonna have a check now on YouTube just to see. Because please let me know. I said, please let me see. Show it to me, Rachel, please. No, but I'm not even joking. I'm serious. I need it. And isn't East of Eden, like, I think when I searched it, isn't it supposed to be a thing? It's a, right, East of Eden is actually I thought it's a Western. It looks cute. Because it had Thingy Bob in it. It had James Dean. But anyways. So, what was it? Yeah, I was doing research into yeah, so I was doing research into East of Eden. Obviously, East of Eden was a 1970 drama, which starred James Dean. But obviously, so yeah, it is adapted from John Steinbeck's 1952 novel of the same name. And obviously there hasn't been any news about it, but it is said that Mike is in that he is in the lineup. And that what's it called? Yeah, and of course, like I said, that they wrapped in on March 19th. Because it says they're producing the 7-episode limited series for Netflix. Interesting. So 7 episodes. It's gonna be on Netflix. So anyways, that's probably a good place to end off, actually. So I've told you guys, I've explained to you guys how down bad I am for Mike. And it's pretty for valid reasons. And then I've also said that there's going to be East of Eden, which he's due to be in, which we should all just keep an eye out for. Keep an eye out, ear out, fingers on. I mean, fingers ready to press. Because obviously, yeah, I would want to know about it very soon. And for Florence Pugh and Mike to be in something is huge. I think that's really cute. I don't think they've ever been anything together before, but it just sounds lovely. And then, of course, that will be something that Mike will be in, for television. He's obviously usually in film, so that'll be more television work, which is obviously a good thing to hear. Anyways, thank you for listening. We might do a Down Bad edition again. Be on the lookout. I mean, our next Down Bad might be... I was probably going to do Austin, actually, because he's in this lineup. I mean, he's in one of the films of Mike. Can't help it. I can't help it. And Austin also is somebody who I was down bad for a very long time. I mentioned that too. I think I was mentioning that. Yeah, I mentioned that also in my TikTok, actually. I was saying how I was down bad from Austin, with Austin since Carrie Diaries. That's a long time ago. But obviously, I want to talk about that. And then, actually, it's not even Carrie Diaries with Austin, actually. It's even further. It's Disney Channel. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes we forget about that Austin Butler. He is actually a Disney Channel kid. But then, yes, you think Disney Channel, you think Carrie Diaries, and then you think where he is now, which is just everywhere. You think where he is now, which is just, in so many different places. He just ends up in so many different places. So, see you next time, and thank you for listening.